Some people ask me on my channel if I'm going to play MWZ on this channel instead of DMZ when it will come out, if DMZ will be abandoned by the developers. As you see, I did buy MW3 just to find out myself. I bought a Vault edition. Yes, it's not I recommend you to do this, but I just bought it because I'm making content. My opinion matters maybe for some of you because I have 500,000 views on my channel since its beginning, when I started covering DMZ solo content, right? And yeah, I will tell you now what I think, but before that I can tell you that everything new really is always something old very well forgotten, right? If you remember, there was a mode which is similar to what they're gonna offer us in the Call of Duty Cold War, right? There was a lot of zombie modes there, and there was a very kind of underrated, as people say, zombie mode. And it had so many different modes. There's a lot of content actually. It came out in 2020 during pandemic, right? So much content for the zombies, and then there is also solo content, as you see. I used to play a little bit of Outbreak back in the day, right? And what I think, the Outbreak is playable on the large maps, right? And what I think is that this is what MWZ gonna be like playing, right? What I've seen in the footages, what people were reviewing, early reviewers were saying, yeah, it's a big map and there's a lot of zombies. There's some events, some quests, and some stuff to do, right? This is what's going to happen. You just come in and then you see the map. Okay, this map is relatively big, right? Large map, it's called Zoo. And yeah, and from the get-go you see the zombies. By the way, there is a Lapa in my hands. This is like SMG from back in the day. You remember maybe it was actually OP in Warzone. Anyway, I have this funny, I think it's Halloween actually, Halloween version of it, right? It's a little, at least of the scope. Yes, there is a little knife over there instead of a normal scope. And yeah, you actually come in and then you find things to do, right? You look at the map and you see there's some various pointers, and then you just go and start the quests or little kind of little quests, right? And what I'm gonna say you immediately, right? There is a different feeling when you play this kind of game, very different to DMZ, because you have no pressure. You don't have other teams on the map, and then you act accordingly. You don't really pay attention to what's going on in the large scale. You only care about what is actually attacking you. And this is backward walking simulator, when the zombies are attacking you from every direction, but usually the best strategy would be to walk backwards and shoot, right? I don't know. In my opinion, this is not very kind of entertaining to watch. And another thing is, the genre of the game is totally different. So if in a kind of extraction shooter, right, DMZ is an extraction shooter, this one you can consider there is an extraction as well, right? But this is more like tower defense game, right? You have various upgrades, you have lemmings, okay, not lemmings, zombies, like rivers or zombies coming from various directions, and you have to control the crowds. You have to kind of use resources properly, and you have to acquire the resources, and you have to like think strategically about foot traffic of zombies. And in this particular case, the tower is you. Sometimes on the map there are other points of interest you have to protect, right? But the most of the time the tower is you, and you're the focus. So in the solo mode, everything will start attacking you, and if you join in solo, everybody will be attacking you, right? I think it's kind of lonely when you play on your own in on a map like that. And I can compare it to something really how like is it entertaining? I can tell you yes, this is entertaining to the extent because you are totally kind of using various weapons, you're shooting, they give you a lot of opportunities to feel cool, to do headshots, to use various attachments to the guns, upgrade them, and you feel the progression, you getting the new loot, and you feel badass by using upgrades and actually controlling big crowds. It can be entertaining to the extent, right? But the question is it really entertaining to watch? Like if you're a streamer and creating a content or a video content, there are some videos maybe you can make them entertaining. But let's compare it to the real life situation. Would you rather watch there is a cyclist competition, like a Tour de France? Cyclists compete in between each other. Like there is a road, there is like I don't know, 50 cyclists. One of the leaders, they go faster, slower. They sometimes they collide, and there is like an accident happen. They fall and stand up, and they keep going. Right? Some of them are using doping and stuff like that. And there's a lot of information you can see. You can see a competition. You can see various bicycles and styles of doing that. And compare it to when you have your own kind of exercise bicycle at home, which you can use on your own. It's not moving anywhere. You have your statistics, right? And then that's it, pretty much. You have your heart rate, you have your speed, you have your distance. But this is not going anywhere. This is just an exercise stationary bicycle at your home. Would be interesting to watch. Or if you compare to the situation when there is like a game of football and one of the teams is not there, is it interesting to watch? Okay, maybe the guys, they know what to do with the ball, but it's just one team. There's no competition, so they may show you some trick shots or whatever. But what's the deal? Like, anyway, like what you see on your screen, right? There is a lot of people were complaining. Look, when I was playing DMZ, look, there is like, oh, I'm doing my quest and you just ruined my day and stuff like that, right? Okay, over here, nobody is ruining your day, right? You're doing your quest on your own, and this is great. Yes, you can upgrade your weapons. But there are a couple of things which we can discuss right now. First of all, in DMZ you can also do PvP parts of the upgrading of weapons, because as you know, each weapon has some objectives, and then you need to do some headshots, for example, to other players, and it's not possible to do in this mode. But in this mode, each weapon had two separate ways of upgrading it, either PvP or PvE way. Maybe that's gonna be the case, but usually the PvP challenges were much faster to do than PvE. So if you need to do 50 headshots in PvP, then you need to do 5,000 headshots in PvE, right? It wouldn't save you any time and it wouldn't be any better. Second of all, the behavior of weapons in this mode is completely different, right? Because these weapons are having different TTK, different everything, and different various upgrades you can put on the weapon, right? You can get it like shoot with the fire or shoot with ice, elemental damage and stuff like that. So these weapons are nothing to do with the real weapons, and so the gameplay loop is not the same. Like if you compare DM to DMZ, where the gameplay loop is a little bit different, but in general is the same equipment you have in Warzone and then you have in DMZ, and you cross train. So if you're a good DMZ player with PvP skills, you can go to the Battle Royale, right, and then try and play good over there. And the same applies to the Battle Royale players who are actually visiting DMZ. They can actually do a very good there in PvP situations, like especially in the building 21, right? Then another thing which is actually kind of annoying again, and making videos is less interesting. There is like again, less pressure, right? And there is like I would say, what is the kind of density of the events? Okay, there's a lot of events going on, but nothing really of interest. Like, you just gather resources and you shoot zombies. You gather resources, you shoot zombies. Occasional bosses. There is nothing, no kind of element of the surprise for the viewers. Let's say, what if I'm playing DMZ and I'm going after some boss and I'm going after some quest, and then there is an element of surprise as another team actually doing the same stuff, right? They attack me, and then I actually kill them, right? And I get their loot, and I find some mission items there which I needed, right? This is something really interesting. This is what we will not have over here. Over here we will have grind, and this grind will be for the resources, for the kills. And we have a number of various types of resources, not just money, but we also have all sorts of like this scrap materials, whatever, crystals and stuff like that, right? And this is good for the monetization purposes, because you create a money which are not connected to the real money. They're actually money, because you can, perhaps in the shop, you can buy a weapon which will do you more crystals, more this, more that, or yeah, there is a lot of opportunity for that. Or you can just buy crystals and then upgrade whatever stuff you need. So you pay your money for not playing the game, because they make this gameplay loop a grind, right? Very annoying. So let's say find 1000 crystals, and yeah, you can do it. It is easy to do. You just need to run around the map, find them. But why not to just pay for that, right? Is it entertaining to watch? Let's say, comparing to DMZ content, where I was like doing the very exciting part was like I was going after the serpentine Kama, and then it was really kind of a lot of tension, because all the items, there's a various steps, and then you can lose some items while you do that, right? And there, it's not only kind of PvE problems, but PvE is not of a concern, right? I'm more concerned about PvP players who will kill me during the process, right? And this was the part of the interest, although it's mostly PvE content, right? But because there is a PvP element in this, right? It becomes really challenging and very interesting to do, right? For example, when you go with all the resources and you want to buy something, and there's another team having an ambush on you, right? And even if they kill you and take all of your stuff, you kind of disappointed. But next time you do this, you just feel this. You feel yourself on the edge. You feel yourself looking around. You feel yourself after you're like outside of your comfort zone, right? Not over here. Over here we see, okay, zombies. Okay, I shot 2 of them. Shotgun works very well, right? What we're gonna do over here, as you see, right, on the screen, what you see on the screen is going to be MWZ. You can actually record my words. And then, interesting about Call of Duty zombies are not necessarily zombies as well. They sort of like Doom monsters, right? They're coming from the hell, from some another dimension, from hell, literally. You have some hell spawn stuff over here. So it's not like DayZ zombies where there was like an outbreak and stuff. This is what another thing which is kind of different, which I don't like, and I don't know. We kind of, a lot of people who like to play Call of Duty, right? They don't like this occult stuff. They like to be like, okay, this is like a tactical stuff, right? There is like a different factions, real politics involved, right? There is a cartel, there is like private military companies, there is something going on with them, and then you can role play over here. And what happens in the zombies world is just, look guys, there are just zombies, there is like astrologists, they just declared the week of the zombies, and there is like a magical unicorns are spawning, and they just not very good, they're evil. Then you can just kill them, and wow, like especially kind of, yeah, it's in the modern warfare, like I know the civilization going to, I don't know, wrong direction right now, right? Science is not very popular, because what is more popular is something like from the other world, right? From the some magic realms and stuff, because the real world is boring. But a lot of people enjoyed tactical nature of DMZ, because you can kind of role play as an operative who is on the mission and stuff, right? And then no, not anymore, like it's all magic mushrooms, like. Okay, and there is another example why I think it's in fact a tower defense game, right? If you didn't believe me before. And again, there is another mission I have in front of me, very exciting mission. Again, no pressure, no other players, nothing. I have something to start, right? And what I'm spawning actually is a tower. I'm spawning tower I need to defend now. There's gonna be another like way of defending your towers. Gonna be like moving towers you have to defend from the zombies, right? Not from other players. Even like, yeah, yeah. So this is kind of. I would say that this is like really a tower defense game. I've seen something like that in Destiny as well, in the public events. There is like a satellite defense, right, when the zombies are coming. So this is literally Destiny, right? Or, for example, even in Overwatch is more interesting, because there is a PvP, like you protect moving tower, but you protect it from other players. Over here, you protect it from who? From zombies who are just a script. And what they do, they just attack this. Like, I've seen something similar in the footage of the MWZ, right, from the content creators who have access to this. They just had these videos. I don't have this footage, so I don't put it there. But literally, this is what you expect. Protecting towers. Again, when I was playing that, I can tell you, don't get me wrong, it's kind of, again, as I said, it's kind of sometimes entertaining, because you feel like some pressure from zombies in a way, and then you use your weapons, and I enjoy this shotgun over here, right? And I enjoy finding resources and stuff, but it's not exciting, again. It's just work, right? I like how my I don't know, aim assist works. I'm testing something, and I'm happy with this to the extent, but not really happy. When I was accomplishing, let's say, solo Ashika castle run, and then when I actually killed the bomb maker and I just avoided other teams or killed other teams, I felt much better, I felt much more entertained, and there was a much more of a story. Over here, it's not a story, it's like more like a grind again. There's no story over here you can tell to your friends. What happened over here? I came to that location with a lot of zombies, I came to the second location, there was a lot of zombies, I found a couple of boxes, I kind of had some satellites to protect. I protected satellites, and there was a lot of zombies. No stories, right? No stories like that. There was like this guy who was on the proximity chat who said they're gonna kill me, and then actually I managed to kill him myself, and he actually pleaded, and I actually revived him, and we became friends, and we came to his team and killed all of them, but they pleaded as well. And then we, as a big team on Ashika Island, we came together and killed everyone else. And then we exfilled with the weapon case, right? But the weapon case in the last second, we actually did have some couple of fights on the final exfil. and killed 2 teams. No, nothing of this sort will be possible in this mode, right? Okay, because there is no other teams. You just, okay, you play with your randoms or you play with your friends, but it's just another day, another dollar, different day. Yes. And then you just say, okay, we came there and we had chat together, right? You can just chat to your friends in Discord, I have to say, right? And then you go and then you just play. I think the reason for that, really, the zombie mode, there is a lot of fans to the zombie mode, but I don't think it is actually good for the zombie fans as well. Because if you look at the Cold War, there's so much of a content. There's a different modes. There's like a big maps, small maps, everything in between, right? All sorts of various objectives, right? But in the coming MWZ, there will be only one mode, which is similar to DMZ, right? But with zombies. And it's not what real fans of the zombie genre they just want. They want more crowd control, they want more packed experience, they have more dense experience, more kind of attacking, more astrology, more monsters and stuff like that, right? This is not what you're gonna see in the MWZ as far as I understand, right? Maybe I'm wrong, right? But yes, as this is gonna be a strange mode, which is not going to be really well received by the DMZ players, because DMZ is PvP, guys. Don't get me wrong. I did hear various opinions. Oh, these PvP guys are actually ruining my experience. No. The fact that there are PvP guys who may ruin your experience is the most exciting thing about DMZ, right? You learn to avoid them. You learn to find your ways to get around, right? And this is like very, very strange, but this is very often works that way. If there is no people who can ruin your day, there is no interest. Like, you see the Cold War. How popular was the zombie mode in the Cold War? Look at all this content. This is like maybe people are saying that it's underrated. This is maybe the top content for that kind of genre. And where are the players? I've seen there are some videos and stuff like that. People are revisiting this mode in 2023, right? There are some fans, but how many, right? And by the way, look at this. If you are not surprised what I'm doing now, I'm calling exfil helicopter and I'm exfilling. So if you think that DMZ MWZ mode will be something new because you combine DMZ with exfils and stuff, extraction shooters, look at this. What I'm doing right now, I'm actually extracting using helicopter in the game, which was published in 2020, right? Way before DMZ. So DMZ taking this from here, I guess. And then it just evolved, right, into DMZ. They say, okay, if we remove zombies and we do the same stuff in extraction and stuff, if we add some gas. Look at this. What I'm doing now, I'm just going to the final exfil. And this is the kind of going closer to the final kind of words in my video, because again, exfil, and then I'm gonna stop this video, right? So will I make a content on MWZ? It depends. First of all, I'm waiting for the update from the developers because they promised to update us on the first season for the DMZ. If they're gonna be something, some future in DMZ, I'm gonna, play it still, right? Of course, I will do a couple of MWZ videos because I want to see how similar it to DMZ and how much they actually destroy it, right? I'm gonna do some content over there. I hope we will not get the Caldera situation and original Warzone situation when the servers will be killed in like 6 months after the new mode is coming out, right? I have some little hope that MWZ mode is just a part of the paid package, and the Warzone and DMZ will stay like a free-to-play versions, And then also I think it's just only logical, if they're kind of the same game and the same engine, that the new movement and everything will come to DMZ. And I think it may change the way you play, and new weapons as well. The way you play, for example, building 21, right? Or, you know, Ashika, right? Imagine with the new movement. I don't know, like we will see that, right? But I'm not really, as you see, I'm not really excited about new mode, but I'm looking forward to see how it looks. I'm looking forward to test it, of course, and I will share my experiences with you guys. I hope this video covers all of the possible questions I may answer, and you get a very good understanding what is my opinion about a new coming mode. So see you in the fields there of DMZ and MWZ, and thank you for watching. Bye.